Right, since we're mobile journalism experts by now, I've come to Shepherd's Bush, London to see my friend Rob, see if he can give us some insider information on what the future holds. I just hope he's in. Hey Rob, can I come in?
Yeah, come in.
Thank you. So, thanks for having us, Rob. If you'd just like to tell us, who the hell are you?
Okay, so I'm Robin Glenn, as you know. I'm a web developer, currently working for Net-a-Porter, which is a high-end women fashion website. I work as a web developer, working on the front end of their site. I also develop their iPad application, which is a weekly editorial magazine that is also shoppable. I'm currently starting work on their Google TV channel, which is just gone live in America, and I'm just working on that in the background. And then I've got a few projects coming up, which I'm not allowed to talk about.
Ah, pretty cutting edge then.
Yeah, they're, as well as being a fashion house, it's, they have a really great technology team there, where they're all trying to push things. So we've got our iPad app. We've also got an app for the iPhone, which allows people to shop on the move, and our Google TV channel, which is a full shoppable internet TV channel on Google. It's going to be pushed out to other services later on in the year.
So what do you personally make of the way people are consuming news now through portable devices like the iPad and smartphones?
So I've an iPhone, and it's great for, you know, because you're on a 3G network and you can access things on the move, so it's great for things like that. Especially like maybe micro news. Like I find I never go on Twitter if I'm at a computer, but if I'm on the move and I have my iPhone, then it's really useful for just kind of on the fly updates. And I think for that, I think it's great. But again, it's not the most enjoyable thing to read off. You can understand why maybe iPads are more successful, because when I have my iPad, it's normally sat here. You can just flick onto the news while you're kind of doing other things, whereas previously, internet-based news, you know, you're at a computer where you're normally at a workstation. It's not very comfortable, you know. So with an iPad, you know, you can sit here, flick through stuff, and it's a lot more pick up and go kind of device.
Yeah. So because of its portability, they've made it more intuitive, and that's what encourages people to read more.
Yeah, I think, you know,
it's
you know, the tangible action of moving things is always enjoyable on the iPad, being able to scan it with your hands. But yeah, I think it's of where you can have it, maybe not just portable, but the fact that you don't need to be sat at a desk. You can, you know, sit around. You can, like, you know, lay in bed and read the paper. You can do like that's, I think, the selling point of why
it's all about freedom.
Yeah. So you know, just at your convenience. I prefer a printed one, as I think most people would. I think they'd prefer to read off printed. It's a bit more, I don't know if it's more convenient, but a more enjoyable process. I don't enjoy reading off the screen.
Yeah.
I think that the push for it is not down to like the ease or people's wanting, but media's desire to kind of save their business. You know what I mean? I think they find that if you have an application to distribute a newspaper, that they're hoping that they'll be able to bring in revenue as opposed to people just using websites to use it. So I think that it's maybe the media hoping that this is going to be a bit of a saving grace for them, as opposed to it's easier and more enjoyable to read it from.
So why do you think the iPad is so popular?
Apple-based product is my main reason, I think. When you buy, I'm not a massive Apple fan, as I've said before.
Yeah.
But when you do buy an Apple product, I find it's much more of an experience as opposed to a PC. Like if you go to buy a PC-based product, you go to PC World, it's like spotty git selling it to you, he doesn't know anything, and then you get it and you go home and you got an ugly box and normally an ugly product. Buy something from Apple, you go to the Apple store, you know, the Apple Genius Bar, they're always pretty clued up. You get it home, it's all packaged nicely, and it looks aesthetically pleasing. So I can understand why people will buy that, like an iPad, because you can leave it around your house and it looks nice. Whereas previously, when say Compaq tried to release like pilots and things, they looked like pieces of technology. You know, they didn't look aesthetically pleasing. But you can take an iPad, it looks, you know, like a sculpture almost. You can have on your coffee table.
So it's more about form of function.
Yeah, I think so. And also, it's this kind of aspirational thing that Apple get into marketing. You know, like when the iPad came out, they sent it out to every celebrity for free. Then people see them in the newspaper carrying them under their arm. And then the people are like aspiring to this kind of thing. So it's kind of a way of marketing the device.
So, from your role within the industry, what do you see in the future for the web, the internet, and mobile platforms in general?
Okay, so maybe not all mobile devices, but specifically Apple-driven products. So iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad. As I was saying, that none of them are support Flash, and traditionally, traditional advertising on the internet is just like a banner campaign, and I'd say 99% of them are Flash banners. So obviously, if you've got an iPad, then you're not seeing any of those banners. So you may get a fail-safe, a fallback as a PNG animated GIF, or just a flat JPEG. But again, although you can argue that you're so used to the internet now and seeing banners, you don't take much notice anyway. But if you have a flat one, it's even less so. So with us, our company, we've already started looking into how we're going to change this up, and there's a start of a movement to make HTML5 and CSS3 animated banners as opposed to Flash ones to support these new devices, because the traffic is now so high. You really have to start paying attention to the users, and clients are asking, how many percent users you are having on iPad, so they know who to target or how to target their banners. So I can foresee that in the future maybe Flash will not become redundant, but it'll certainly become more commonplace that you'll get a HTML5 version of a banner, or maybe a third-party plugin, which I think Apple are currently developing.